Okay, hello, it's Michael Crawford and I'm back doing another quick review. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. This is going to be a review about the Panasonic GX850 or the GX800, depending which country you are in. Now, this is the camera here. This is a tiny little camera. It's a little 4/3 mirrorless camera. It does not have a viewfinder, which is probably the biggest downside to this camera. It's well, I'll go through some of the positive features first of all. This is a very, very small and lightweight camera that's easy to carry around in your pocket or your bag, backpack, wherever you put it. Comes with a standard lens that's collapsible and very small. It's a 12 to 32 millimeters, which is equivalent to 24 to 64 in the 35 millimeter guys. Now this camera, Panasonic cameras are really good in that once you've used one, you're sort of familiar with all the models, the menu system and that. So I'm quite familiar with the Panasonic system, so it was no effort for me to come along and start using this camera. Now, the thing that's interesting about this camera is that it's such a small package, yet it has everything you could possibly want in it. Well, that's not going into the extreme, professional areas of videography and things like that, but as a photographic tool, it's got a 16 megapixel 4/3 sensor with no anti-aliasing filter, which means that it's very sharp. It takes very nice pictures. Now, it's also got very capable video functions. It records in 4K, and it's got, of course, 1080p and lower frame size recording. At 4K you can record at 30p or 25p. It's got a flip-up screen, like so, which flips up so that you can do selfies or video record yourself vlogging. I am going to do a quick video vlog test to see how that goes. I'll show you that. Hey there, just trying out the GX850 as a vlogging camera. This is just looking at the 4K picture coming out of this as a vlogging camera using the onboard microphones. I'm actually standing next to a motorway. You can see that bridge there. That's one of the main thoroughfares in Sydney. And yeah, so you can get an idea of the sort of noise that you can expect. It's also a little bit breezy today, but not terribly. Yeah, so got image stabilization on, and I'm just trying out this to see how it would work if you were a vlogger and this was the sort of thing that you would use. Looking at it like this, it seems to be okay. It should be remembered, but the 4K recording with this camera is limited to, I have found, 3 minutes, and then it overheats and shuts down. So you got to be aware of that. If you're doing just short little clips, it's fine. It'll do the job perfect, and you'll get some beautiful images, I'm sure. But if you want something a bit longer, it's not going to be any good for it, because it will shut down after 3 minutes, and it actually overheats. Yeah, that overheat light comes on at about just after 2 minutes, starts flashing, and then around 3 minutes with my testing, it shuts the camera down. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I'm up to 1:47, and yeah, that's going to be my little spiel for this vlog. But anyway, I hope it works out alright. I am next to the noisy motorway, so it's a good test for the noise and everything. And it's a little bit windy. Don't know if you can hear wind in trees and stuff. But anyway, that's the vlogging test. See ya. Now, this camera has a really extensive feature set. Now, one of the features it has is 4K post-focus recording. So it does this by actually recording a 4K little segment of film. I think it's about a second long or something, maybe less. And it sort of incorporates all the focus points over the entire scene. So it it focuses from the closest point in the scene to the furthest point in the scene over those frames. And then after you've taken the shot, you can select which parts of the scene you want to be in focus, and it will stitch them all together and make it all lovely post. So it's quite an interesting setup for that. So this camera has an excellent time-lapse feature for recording time-lapse. If that's your thing, it will you can record time lapses and then put them together into a movie in the camera. It does an excellent job of that. It's probably one of the best cameras I've used for doing that, and it's such a small package. Like, it's just a fantastic tool for making time-lapse videos. It also has stop motion animation feature, or it doesn't have to be animation, but you can do stop motion, whereby you can make some artsy sort of films with, the ding 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 going on. And yeah, if you know what stop motion is, that's a great feature. Again, it does it all in camera. So you shoot your frames, you can choose whether it shoots them off automatically or whether you click the button, bang bang, and then afterwards it'll put them into a movie for you. So easy. So this is really one of the best cameras I've used for time-lapse and that stop motion video feature. As far as the 4K video goes, it's got excellent video capabilities, as in the picture that it produces is superb. But the problem with the 4K feature is that after 2 minutes this camera will get hot and it'll tell you that it's starting to overheat, and then at around 3 minutes it will shut down. So you can only get around 3 minutes really with the 4K feature. In 1080p it seems to be able to go on forever, no problems in 1080p or lower. But in 4K you just got to remember that your segments will have to be short. They won't be able to be longer than probably around 3 minutes is the maximum. This camera has a multitude of functions on it, such as face detection, autofocus with eye detect. It also has the shutter that goes up to 1/16,000th of a second, which is exceptionally fast. It goes down to 60 seconds, which is really good for long exposures as well. It's a very capable little camera. Got a touch screen so you can select your focus points, which also includes 4K post focus, so you're able to select your focus points after you've taken the shot, although the resolution is reduced, and it's also a JPEG image. The battery life is quite reasonable on this camera. I wouldn't say it's exceptional, but it's quite reasonable. In fact, it's pretty good considering the size of the actual camera. You probably get, if you're on holiday, you probably wouldn't need to charge it over a day. If you were just taking the odd shot here and there, you'd easily get a day out of it, and a few videos in between. If you were doing a lot of stuff, you'd probably want to have a spare battery with you naturally, just like any other mirrorless camera. It would make the ideal sort of holiday tourist camera, as it's just so portable and small, and the image results are really superb. I'm really happy with the images that you're getting out of this. Probably just as good as any other 16 megapixel 4/3 camera. The main thing that I'm missing is a viewfinder that I can look through and see the picture, but apart from that, you're not really wanting for very much with this camera. It's definitely got its limitations. I mean, it's not a professional camera or a sports camera or something you'd go and shoot a wedding with naturally, but as a camera that you might just want to go around and do some street photography with, it's more than capable to do all those sorts of things, and you will get very fine, beautiful pictures from this camera. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you do like it, remember to subscribe, and I'll try and bring you more content soon. Thank you. Bye.